garden. My content, everybody is okay. No, that's the train of thought for me. It's not. I'm Naya, Junior One Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Stop the violence. Don't dim your light. Hold on 1 second. Fall from the hate. Elevate neighbor. Don't dim your light cause the hate is real. Prosper in life. They ain't gonna understand your vision when they come in your face. But be comfortable in your skin and love yourself. To better yourself. Yeah, you matter. You are worthy. Don't dim your light. Neighbor. Hi, Noya. What's up, peace? Not much. How was your day today? It was pretty okay. I can't complain. Oh, that's good. To the genuine ones, I hope all is well in your end. Never give up on yourself when it comes to chasing your dream. You're matter, you're worthy, don't dim your light. Gotta go. Naya, can I come back later? Sure, peace. All right, gotta go. I'm Naya, Junior Love Respect. My content is not for everybody, and I say it respectfully. It's currently 10:18 p.m., and it's currently December 6, 2025. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Always be yourself with no misintentions when someone says you don't have potential, and I say it respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. My content is not for everyone. No, that's the trade on me, goddammit. My content of mine is okay. To the genuine ones, I hope all is well in your end. Healing trauma and pain is not a race or an overnight process, and I say it respectfully. But never give up on yourself because someone wants to dim your light. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooked you. Never give up on yourself because someone allows you to feel like you poured into the wrong cup because they decided to reject you when you actually was the blessing. Only because, hold on 1 second, they really need a tissue. No, that's a trait though, but my concept is okay. Always be yourself when someone tries to dim your light. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. The joke was real at the end of the day when it came to someone's text messages going back and forth with a hate group. Because you understood the flow, being authentic, actually pursuing your dream. Hold on, what they come relate to. Confidence, ball that they mental when it comes to their growth. They try to bring static and you like to throw smoke in a toxic way. Because hold on, you believe the faith they come relate to. Concentrating, that energy is different. Tough love, they understand that. Hold on 1 second. It wasn't competition, because someone understood a plan at the end of the day. Regardless, they had mommy and daddy issues. They wasn't trying to lack self-control when it came to better themselves. But hold on 1 second. Confidence. Certain folks will say that you need a tissue because you truly the issue when they trying to paint you to be the villain in their story at the end of the day. All because the narrative of you being authentic will bother someone's mental when it comes to being woke. The energy is different. Loving yourself to better yourself. You got chicks and dudes behind the scene trying to dim your light because you understood, hold on 1 second, I wasn't competing when it came to someone's one-sided competition. They would never understand unconditional love allowed you to see it. Hold on 1 second. God gave you a light at the inner tunnel that they can relate to. Hold on 1 second. It was a challenge every single day. Overcoming obstacles they can relate to. They was throwing spell work, send you to evil out right to left. You've been having this stuff going on since a childbirth. At the end of the day, folks praying against you. Who would have knew that you'd be standing before yourself today? Truly testimony at the end of the day, and you wasn't a mistake. Hold on 1 second. Regardless of I love you, you realize that your heavenly mother, Father God never overlooked you. Never trade off me. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. They said that you ain't in your corner, you ain't nobody. No, I ain't throwing up no gang signs. It's the trade, don't be stupid. Illiterate, far from me. Hold on 1 second. You was your own beneficiary at the end of the day. I may not make sense as the average person, but hold on 1 second. Your moms and pops was a snake at the end of the day. You have folks around you trying to dim your light, all because someone didn't know how to love you the proper way. That person that was supposed to protect you. Only because they made you the issue at the end of the day when it came to a one-sided contract. Hold on 1 second. What happened to the trust game at the end of the day? Only because you had to pour into yourself to understand your mistakes. Hold on 1 second. Healing trauma and pain. Certain folks that you got mommy and daddy issues at the end of the day, all because you knew how to keep it real, being authentic. Didn't have to dibble and dabble with spoke or go to that witch or that warlock. Hold on 1 second, that tarot reader. No, that's a trade though for me. I may not make sense as an average person, but don't dim your light. No. Being a youth at the end of the day, dealing with spoke for such a young time. since a toddler age, going into adulthood, they would never understand. You talk about folks every single day. Only reason, hold on one second, was truly God's plan. You know, because when the devil sizes you up, the enemy going to try to make you feel that they so uncomfortable in your skin, but they didn't give you the creepy crawlers because God was so protecting your mental. Hold on one second, they were sending spoken a toxic way, but God turned that sender. Hold on one second, it actually works. Becoming your best soul, vision of yourself, the catch you they can relate to, confidence. It's the trick though for me. You know, because everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You'd be so surprised at the end of the day how certain folks, when they come to having a title, being a moms and pops, how they would sell their child soul off to the devil. Hold on a second. I wasn't part of someone's auction when it came to someone's one-sided contract. It'd be the train of thought for me. Having faith would truly bother someone's history. You know, hold on one second, keeping it real when it comes to their story. Hold on one second, but they forgot to realize that, hold on one second, how you shortchange someone that truly loved you to go within. No, the trait of me. Oh my God, they was really the blessing, you stupid. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know how this type of stuff actually happens, don't matter how old you are. Because hold on one second, you was the one who God allowed you to see that one day that you could allow your dream to come true, all because folks wanted to stop you. They try to poison you right to left. And certain folks, when you become an adult at the end of the day, they would swear that you talking about like a bad habit. But hold on one second, you understood how to concentrate. Regardless of what environment you was in at the end of the day, you had your next door neighbor, different tax bracket, didn't matter. Hold on one second. It didn't matter their culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, your age, how they had to dibble and dab with spoke on their regular days. You know, it was the norm at the end of the day. They thought it was funny, jokes, or whatever the case may be. They wanted to ruin your image when it comes to, hold on one second, being emotionally stable, but also you showing your potential. Hold on one second, don't dim me like I got your back. I'm revealing the devil and the enemy on two different levels. They would never understand how you truly have to react. No, that's a trait on me. Always be yourself, but no business. I'm not your Gio without respect. Am I talking about it? Okay. Entertainment purposes only. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and today is currently December 6, 2025, and it's currently 10:23 p.m. Entertainment purpose only. No, that's a trade over me. You ever mind your business with the mind of your business? That one dumbass family member today that can't get their shit together. No, that's a trade off me. You ever was realizing while you was playing with your toes under the covers of whatever keeps be after having a long dramatic day or however your day was going? It's the trade off of me. This dumbass decided to say I want to ruin everybody's life today. No, stupid. Not over here. You can keep that negative energy over the fuck over there. No, the trade off me. This dumbass decided to say they want to cheat under conditions when the weather outside is not shiny. No, when it comes to the sun at the day. No, ain't nothing bright about your day, you dummy. That's the trade off of me. You mean to tell me it's below 19 degrees and you decide to cheat out of all days of the week? Bitch, you barely could fix your fingertips and put it together while staying outside trying to figure out your mental health when it comes to your dumbass growth. Acting your shoe size still stupid. It's a trade off of me. Because when you start to go down memory lane, my couch is unavailable. My floor is under construction. I don't know what you're going to do because at the end of the day, I'm the only family man that you fucking got right now. And at the end of the day, I ain't got no room for you. You know I'm a one-person only at the end of the day. And I can't do no bullshit today. No other trade though for me. When you realize at the end of the day, like you're in a tight spot in the day when you're going through life and trials and tribulations, and you don't want everybody in your household or whatever the case be, however the fuck you feel in your book. Not today, stupid. Get your shit together. Why are you cheering for it anyway, you dumbass? You ever had that one participant that didn't want to speak to the family, but they was very polite? You know, this has nothing to do with you. I respect your family and everything, but this dumbass gotta go today. Enough is enough. I don't give a fuck if it's bleeding sleet outside. I don't give a goddamn. The bitch can have frostbite before I give a fuck. Here's the trade though for me. I can't debate with somebody that's over you. It's the traitor thought me stupid. No, for real. You know that one particular family member or friend or associate that reaches out to you to fix their problem when it comes to their love life? Not today, stupid. You on your own. No other trait on me. And my thing is, how dumb are you? No, for real. You know you ain't got no goddamn family. You know folks don't fuck with you. You know you barely got no goddamn friends, and that was the only person holding you down. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And just because, was you mean to tell me you still ain't get your shit together? It's the trade off me. Who did you cheat on them with, though? It's the trade off me, because you might got to go over there for a couple of days. It's the trade off of me. Only to realize homegirl, homeboy is playing with their toes with somebody else. Oh, that sounds real personal, and I'm about to go do the same thing. Have a good day, stupid. No, the trade over me. Yeah, the money, but with the money, your business only rest on 1 second. They doubted you. You know they had to make you feel whole on 1 second. Emotionally unstable. They had to play with Spoke in a toxic way, make you feel bent out of shape because that love was fake. Or because you was keeping the real points to the right cup. Who would have knew at the end they had to choose me, not to overlook me? That energy has different confidence. Understanding what they can relate to. That was God's vision, a testimony. I was truly authentic, far from a copycat, love or hate at the end of the day. That mattered my tax bracket. Hold on, I said covering my poverty and pain. I got chicks and dudes disrespecting me. As soon as I speak up for myself, they say I'm mentally unstable, but I was capable. At the end, they holding a conversation. Hold on 1 second, fall from a crash out. Know how to hold my words together when it comes to hold on 1 second, being authentic. You know, because when folks is truly for you, they ain't gotta dibble and dabble with spell work. At the end of the day, gang stalk you right there, left to make you feel you gotta reject yourself because God was protecting your issues. They said that you was mentally unstable, but you wasn't the issue. It's the Trinity thought for me. You know, because unconditional love hits different when you actually put the footwork in. Actually heal trauma and pain only by someone sweet competing. It was one-sided when it came to magic at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second, you could pour into you, they'll release your pain. But they rather dim your light because you understood how to overcome your pain. That energy hits different. I said I wasn't a rapper. Hold on 1 second, I was just being authentic. That energy hits different. I was bothering the growth of someone's mentor that had more than me. All because I knew how to speak up for myself to keep it real. I didn't look at you like competition, but hold on 1 second. I didn't need your company because God revealed the devil alone, the enemy. Hold on 1 second. I understood growth hits different, being authentic. How chicks and dudes can have more than you, or regardless what they got going on in the back. At the end of the day, they want to dim you, like to ruin your reputation. Got chicks and dudes in different tax brackets, throwing spoke in a toxic way. But hold on 1 second, I still know how to pray. Now I have the trade off of me. My soul was never for sale. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I worship the good God with no misintention. I'm far from a hater, regardless to what man, woman, couple, elderly, or child is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. It's not a crime to be authentic. Yeah, I'm whacking out corny to you, but hold on 1 second. The right people to actually peep at the end of the day, respect is different when it comes to a conscience that doesn't have to hate, or even on their worst day. Hold on 1 second. That energy is different. It was like an outbreak at the end of the day. Only was to hold on 1 second. The door was closed when we wasn't trying to catch a case. You know, the innocent people that was motivating themselves at the end of the day, that poured into the right cups at the end of the day when God truly shows you, hold on 1 second. That village has different. Hold on 1 second. Nothing dysfunction about you folks, but bettering yourself at the end of the day. I'm protecting you from the enemy. They would never understand that. Hold on 1 second. I let God's children, hold on 1 second, fix their crown. They could be in the same lane at the end of the day, elevating. Who would have knew respect is different? No, I have to trade them with the right people in your life. No, for real, for real. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. Entertainment purpose is only no, it's the train of thought for me. Yo, the money been with the money business. No, for real, entertainment purpose is only it's the train of thought for me. You ever realize as you become an adult and you roll down memory lane just a little bit when it comes to your childhood, like, you know, your parents ain't together, they never was together. It's the same thing, only to realize they just had you and they moved on with their very own life. It's the train of thought for me. Only to realize you become an adult at your big ass grown age, you know, your body weight, whatever the case may be. And they get stuck in the room. You know the one that got common sense a little bit. No other checked off because they still be spazzing when they feel like it's a checked off me. They look at you to say at the end of the day, you know, you an adult now, right? Yeah, I know, but the doctor said, that person said, that paperwork said, that you gotta be in the same room, stupid, so show up. It's the trash over me and get it together. No, for real, because now they fighting the end to realize how did God arrange this. No, it's the trash over me, guys, that I want to see you two look stupid in the face. Why would you hurt your baby? You know, a mother's love is different. A father's protection is truly someone's rejection. You know, the devil, the enemy, not God's flow at the end of the day. You know, that miracle that walked into that father's life, it wasn't a mistake. You know, hold on 1 second, when the world would say your baby ain't got potential, only was you praying for your baby every single day, even when the enemy trying to test you. You know, her mother and father's a prayer warrior. They ain't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing, regardless if they came from fame. Regardless if they came from pain. Regardless if they came from fame. Pain. You know, hold on 1 second. Poverty and pain. Because everybody's walk of life ain't the same. You got to start somewhere to understand that, hold on one second, God allowed you to change. How you understood, hold on one second, they gave you a number when it came to your name, but God allowed you to see that why God gave you a name, to understand why you stand before yourself today, how things can actually allow yourself to change, that you mad and you're worthy. You're going to have chicks and dudes trying to dim your light, but you was someone's protector the most healthiest way. When the devil try to shortchange your baby when it comes to growth, the attention span, who would have knew that you would restore your baby for all the right reasons? The energy is different. Even when the doctor said, hold on one second, I don't understand God. I don't get what you mean. How did God tell you to do that? It was no in between. How did God tell you to be a mother and father? Show up every single day, only to realize that, hold on one second, God allows you to weather the storm they come relate to, gone within. It was a challenge every single day, healing the wounds that truly hurt you from childhood pain. It went into your adulthood. They would never understand that God didn't make a mistake when God allows you to see, hold on one second, you ain't your worst enemy because you was able to show up for yourself to protect your baby. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Today is currently December 6th, 2025, and it's currently 10:32 p.m. You know, no mother or father should lose a child due to jealousy, insecurity, or envy at the end of the day, or due to hate crime or domestic violence, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, or to the loss at the end of the day of someone's lack of self-control or discipline, regardless of someone had a mother and father in the household or not. But someone decided to play with magic and voodoo and witchcraft, whatever the case may be, towards your baby. Nobody should have to lose a child due to someone's lack of self-control. Their mindset, their life, their existence. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, all because someone wants to control the narrative. You know, my content is not for everybody. And not every mother and father does things for likes and views or cloud chasing or fame, or to energy harvest of their child's energy, or to project sport towards their child. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. You know, the devil and the enemy, when they don't want you to prosper, they will gang stalk you. They will monitor your every move from the time that you leave out your household. They will project smoke towards you. They will make you feel like you have to live in fear. They will make sure at the end of the day, when you're trying to pursue your life, when it comes to a dream they can't relate to, confidence, you know, they will have you sit in sport because they're weak. Because anything at the end of the day, ain't no real man or woman is dibble and dabble with spell work, or going to that witch or that warlock, or that tarot reader or comic at the end of the day, to send someone spell work or to rob somebody mentally, spiritually, or financially at the end of the day. And one thing I don't have to do is run from my past. And I say that respectfully. How individuals will gang stalk you, monitor your calls, hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, and monitor your every move. They don't want you to prosper in life when someone's trying to pursue you. They don't want you to prosper in life when it comes to, you know, that good opportunity, when it comes to that relationship. Doesn't matter what subject, no, it doesn't. And they come in all different shapes and sizes and forms at the end of the day. They said that you're slow. You a B-I-T-C-H. You ain't nobody. Ain't nobody gonna hear you at the end of the day. Hold on one second. I'm gonna terrorize you. Hold on one second. Your faith, it's different. When you're far from a hater, neighbor, neighbor, neighbor. Understand a relationship. You understand a relationship they can't relate to because they try to benefit off of it, trying to energy harvest off of you, the innocent person. How this type of stuff actually happens when you come against your enemy, let alone the devil. They would never understand the end they God was pursuing all different types of level when it comes to, hold on one second, better days ahead. They would never understand how that flow is different. Hold on one second, your soul was never for sale. They would never understand your intuition. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, no mother or father should lose custody of their child because someone wants to ruin the image of a mother or a father, or make them feel incapable of parenting, or make a mother and father feel that they're not worthy of life itself because someone wants to terrorize someone's household. When a mother's a provider, when a mother's a protector, when a mother's a prayer warrior, and as well as a father. Regardless, they came from poverty and pain at the end of the day. They knew how to show for their child good day, bad day, misunderstanding day, even sick days. Even when the devil tried to discourage them, regardless of what they was going through at the end of the day. How someone will have the mindset of lack of self-control, lack of self-discipline in the day. They pick and choose who they want to bully and who they want to trigger when it comes to someone's household, when it comes to someone's child. How this type of stuff actually happens. And you are worthy of having your child in your life. My content is not for everyone. And especially when you're that mother and father that's not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing, let alone someone's script doing it, hold on 1 second, to kick the next person down or disrespect the next person at the end of the day. You ain't got to sit out here energy harvest or project spell work or do any weird stuff at the end of the day. My content is not for everyone. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. Hi to the genuine ones. I'm peace. I bring peace. Hey, you are my sunshine. Don't dim your light. Neighbor, 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 far from a hater. Don't dim your light. Catch your blessings. Don't dim your light. G-O-D got your back. You matter your word. Don't dim your light. They gonna hate right to left, but loving yourself. Don't dim your light. Gang stalking is real. You don't gotta know somebody for somebody to gang stalk you, but never give up on yourself when it comes to pursuing your life dream. You matter your way, then they gonna always hate. Don't stop loving yourself, regardless what culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, age you are, because we all are far from haters, and we all not the same. Love yourself, gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everybody. They pick and choose who can be authentic. They pick and choose who can talk about God, spirituality, the devil, the enemy, narcotics, violence, hate crime, or healing. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of what couple, what elderly, man or woman or child is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless of whose gang stalking me. And I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone wants to project on you their insecurities. They want to project on you because you believe in faith they can't relate to. Because it was never competition. When they made themselves their own issue. Only because you was in your own lane, and only because they had the dish you. Understand hold on 1 second, God's potential is different, being authentic, far from a copy at the end of the day. How chicks and dudes be so inspired at the end of the day, but they want to put respect in your name. But God should allow you to see why you brought patience within. Hold on 1 second, be able to hold the conversation when folks try to patiently be a crash out, but God truly shows you balance is different. Chicks and dudes that gang stalk, you be so surprised. They be trying to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even make you homeless at the end of the day. When you was never their enemy. But they chose you, but God truly revealed the devil alone, the enemy. They would never understand how you continue to blossom, butterfly. Never doubt yourself because someone doesn't understand. Hold on 1 second. It's okay to be authentic. Never give up on yourself when I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Entertain purpose only. No, it's a trait of me. Everybody's household is different, growing up or whatever case may be. Even now, here's the trait of me. You ever realize that rule that went around the house, whatever case may be? Every man for themselves when it comes to certain days, like Friday or Saturday, you put a name in your goddamn book. It's the trait though for me. So you mean to tell me I gotta fend for myself when it comes to food or whatever case may be? Say less. Here's the trait of me. You ever realize you ordered some food and went into the cut at the end of the day? Everybody trying to figure out why you so quiet. You said every man for himself. Hello, stupid. It's the trade over me. So you mean to tell me you're not going to shit? Absolutely not. You said every man for themselves. It's the trade over me. Because when y'all do what y'all do at the day, y'all don't say, hey, you want something? No. I remember that one time you hurt my feelings. It's the trade over me. No, for real. Because once you start being selfish, you dead ass wrong. That's the thing about life. Once you start to take your energy back, they dead ass trying to, up against you, put you behind the wall, up against the wall. When you trying to be your authentic self, taking something that's back that was truly yours. They got an energy harvest because they don't got their own mindset. At the end of the day, being authentic, God's swag is different. Hold on 1 second, that child of God, who would have knew? You ain't had to sell your soul when it comes to, hold on 1 second, true healing. You're still being patient with time and day when it comes to understanding your testimony is different. They would never understand that, hold on 1 second, they wanted you to walk the hall of shame, but God was showing you it's okay to be expressive. That energy is different. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. And I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, but I'm not for you. No, the trade of me. I never understood this weird stuff anyway. How you watching somebody and watching something at the end of the day, and you fire in the air. You sitting in an evil lie. You can't stand them. You know, you gonna find entertainment somewhere else. Here's the train of thought for me. I never understood this. How can someone be so slow, stupid, and retarded at the end of the day, and they crazy, but you still watching their every move? And let alone you still you trying to take notes and trying to act like them, trying to dress like them. You got them in competition. You got them on your altar because you can't stand them. All because they authentic. What's wrong with people? It's the train of thought for me. You know, the disrespect was real loud at the end of the day. You know, like, hold on one second. Someone wanted to dim you. Like, when it come to concentration, they would never understand motivation is different. How chicks and dudes, hold on one second. Because you understand motivation regardless of how old you are. Hold on one second. They want you to be in a mindset of being delusional, all because they want to control the narrative, all because God was using you the proper way. You know how to respect your neighbor even when they can't relate to God's vision. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. I love myself, not to dim my light. Thank you, G.O.D., for being patient with me. It's the train thought for me. I never understood this. A motherfucker will put you in competition and try to outdo you better than you. They will watch you for months and years at a time, hack your device, do all types of weird shit at the end of the day, take your kindness weak and try to ruin your reputation, all types of stuff. But then they sit there and say you close, stupid and retarded. Slow, what? The one that need a straight body jacket is your stupid ass. Hits the train on me. And especially if you got the mindset of gathering votes in different tags, brackets to go against one person. It sounds like something is mentally wrong with you because they didn't have to do anything for you at the end of the day. And the train through for me, you know, being a truth teller, not running from your past, taking accountability for your action. You know, certain folks that truly bother their mental health. They would look at you at the end and just shut the fuck up. But hold on one second. You ain't have to knuckle up with someone with a low IQ score. You ain't have to knuckle up with someone that had lack of self-control when it came to self-love. Hold on one second. They forgot to go within, actually pour into themselves. All because you understood your heart hits different because everybody walking around you. You be so surprised. They ain't got no soul on the heart at the end of the day. That's why God, the energy, harvest off your energy, put a frown on your face. But God maintaining your smile, understand, fixing your crown. They would never understand elevation is different. It was never competition. You was for your own issue, neighbor. Stay in your lane. Here's the trade off for me. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully, and that's okay. Never give up on yourself because someone overlooked you. Never give up on yourself because someone wants to control the narrative at the end of the day and make you feel like you're not worth pouring into yourself. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding that you are beautiful, you are handsome. Never give up on yourself, and never give up on yourself because someone lacks self-control and they have to take multiple people in different communities or different tax brackets to try to kick you down so they control the storyline at the end of the day, how such a bad person you are or how such a this or that when you never have to sign for someone's contract, all because someone wanted to already label you a crash out. When you truly a popular loner, when you just know how to respect your neighbor, when you have self-respect for yourself, they will never understand. Hold on one second. Self-love truly looks good on you today. And I say that respectfully. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. And I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone says that you don't have potential. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, you don't have to know individuals, and I say that respectfully. How individuals will monitor your moves from the time that you leave out your household to the time you get to point A to Z. You go to that customer service, or you go to that tailor, or you do this or that, or whatever the case may be. It doesn't matter. How individuals will try to project fear in you. It could be addicts, sex workers, single family household. It doesn't matter if it's a single family household or not at the end of the day. For someone to monitor your every move because they're paying these people. How these people would try to paint a scene at the end of the day to blackmail you against you. How this type of stuff actually happens. To ruin your reputation. And they would even dig up your past in the day, something that you never run from. And especially when these individuals not in your life today, because God knows who's in your life. You know, we all don't pray the same, but I'm far from a hater. But when it comes to gang stalking, they will monitor your devices. They will even control the certain things that you have access to try to blackmail you against you. They would try to manipulate you at the end of the day. They would hack your devices, your accounts, your emails, your packages. They would try to control your mail, reroute at the end of the day. They would act like you got your package. They would even act like they know that they know you at the end of the day. Like y'all talk on a regular when y'all don't. They would try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even try to make you homeless. If you never did this to anybody at the end of the day, I'm not talking to you. If you never had that mindset, you never had the mindset of being a hater, I ain't talking to you. It's a train of thought for me. How individuals make an assumption that you're talking about them. But it just goes to show someone's mindset at the end of the day, a projection, if that's what you're doing to innocent people, and you're the bully. Or because someone was being authentic, someone knows how to respect their neighbor. They didn't have malicious intentions towards you at the end of the day. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. How this type of stuff actually happens. How someone will watch you for what someone will watch you because someone is monitoring you and they want to know the update of what you got going on at the end of the day when this person's not even in your life, all because someone wants to participate in a hate train or participate and rob you mentally, spiritually, and financially, or trying to blackmail you or even ruin your image. How this type of stuff actually happens. You know, people been going through this type of stuff for years, since a child, going into their adulthood. It's the same thought for me. You could be more prettier than somebody. You could be more gifted than somebody, more talented than someone. You could just be more different and authentic. And someone will be jealous because of the fact that you use your gifts for all the good, not the bad. That energy is different. You know, my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Never allow a man or a woman to make you feel like you have to live in fear, because they threaten your life regardless of what tax bracket they in. They threaten your life at the end of the day. Nobody will ever believe you. They threaten your life at the end of the day. They're going to dim your light to bring harm towards you. And they're willing to have people go up against you at the end of the day to control the narrative of the story. Because, hold on one second, they said that you don't have a voice. But you are worthy and you do matter. You know, my content is not for everybody. And that's okay. Have a safe year, day, even week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I work alone when it comes to my creativity. I walk these streets alone. I do not live in fear, and I would never hurt myself. You know, God says, come as you are when you being authentic. So it doesn't matter if you have, you know, just a regular hoodie on or just a cap on your head. You ain't hurting yourself or others around you. At the end of the day, that energy is different when it comes to maturing at your body weight. You know, when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no misintentions. That energy is different. You know, they don't have to dibble and dabble with spoke or magic or gather up with the hate train because they have a mind of their own. When someone is truly not from it, then they know how to leave someone alone. When someone is truly for them, at the end of the day, respect a two-way street with no misintentions. Hold on one second. It wasn't competition when I knew I respect my neighbor. That flex is different. No, it's a trade on me. You know, I like to talk about love. Hold on one second. I gotta go. Love is real. Love is one of a kind. With the right one truly for you. You know, it went from jokes at the end of the day. You know, that conversation when someone said to you that love is not real, but who can relate? You know, relating to your future when someone should keep it real with you. You know, your past, hold on one second, that fumbled you. You know, those pointless conversations when it came to being dry at the end of the day, even when folks in the background playing with spoke in a toxic way. But divine timing is different when God's protecting a divine couple at the end of the day. Showing motivation is different when someone actually brings peace into your life. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and just because moments, that energy is different. You know, confidence, you don't have to hurt somebody. You know, confidence allow you to protect someone's mental when it comes to fixing their crime, maintain a smile, praying them out against them. Hold on one second, someone actually holding you down. You know, the most healthiest way, pouring into each other. Who would have knew that maturity has different? Someone truly communicating with you, being emotionally available. Who would have knew true love was truly intelligent? True love was truly intelligent. It was something stupid about it at the end of the day. You know, because every excuse that someone made when it came to your past, someone saw you to hold on one second. The past living your reality day. Your future actually is truly healthy. Someone not bringing confusion in your life. They didn't have to wear a mask to mislead you. They knew how to treat you right. You know, regardless, I came from poverty and pain. Who would have knew that things would get different? Who would have knew that time would change? You know, hold on one second, saying I do to the love of your life. You gave the love a best friend, a business partner. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, but who would have knew that someone could truly hold that weight when it comes to loving you properly? Hold on one second. True love is real, one of a kind, with the right one truly for you. You know, someone didn't have to manipulate God when it came to loving you right. You know, the energy is different. It went from 1 year to 2 years to 3 years to 4 years to 40 years. You put a name in your book. A dream come true. They say miracles ain't real when it comes to the love department, but someone truly actually walked into your life they was truly rare at the end of the day. But who would have knew? God allowed you to see your conscience. You know, God was pouring into you when you least expect it because you allowed yourself to heal. Only rest at home in 1 second. God was really showing you what faithful looks like up close in person. Someone truly being your spouse. You know, the love of your life they didn't have to pretend. It just got better when it came to the next chapter. Who would have knew that true love allowed you to feel to go within? That is just different. You know, when someone finally sees you, hears you, respects you, God allows someone to get access to your heart to truly show you at the end of the day they wasn't here to fumble you. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself regardless who's threatening my life or who's gang stalking me, I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. Loving yourself is not a crime. I am my biggest cheerleader, and I would never hurt myself regardless of who's trying to blackmail me against me. And I say that respectfully. I get my creativity from my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father, God. And I do not worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. In regards to who you pray to at the end of the day, I am far from a hater. You mad and you worthy. Protect your energy, protect you and your family, stay out of trouble. You mad and you're worthy. I never signed up for someone's one-sided ass contract, and I never signed up for someone to make money from it at the end of the day to try to play in my face. Let's trade though, because a fool would try to use your documentation against you to get you locked up, all types of weird stuff, hate trade, all types of stuff. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself with no intentions. I don't run from my past, and I say that respectfully. Loving yourself is not a crime. Never dim your light because someone did not love you, respect you, protect you, or even meet you halfway or pour into you good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Because regardless of what someone's culture is at the end of the day, when they come into your life, they see you, they hear you, and they respect you with no misintentions. We all don't dibble and dabble with spellwork and with witchcraft and all that other stuff at the end of the day, spellwork, magic, whatever the case it be. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everybody. You know, individuals would take your kindness or weakness, and then they want to humiliate you because of the fact that you was truly keeping it real. Or because they didn't want you to dim their light or ruin their image at the end of the day. But it was never about that in the day, and I say it respectfully. Being a truth teller. Never give up on yourself, especially when God is guiding you. You don't live in fear. I would never hurt myself regardless of what man, woman, couple, elderly, or child is threatening my life. Gang stalking is real. They monitor your devices, and then they would try to paint you to be mentally unstable. They will hack your accounts, your devices, and then at the end of the day, try to manipulate you and try to paint you to be crazy at the end of the day. They would try to get you put in a sideboard or all types of weird stuff, or try to make people at the end of the day look at you in a certain light when it's not true. But I don't live in fear. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding. I'm far from a hater. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Never stop loving yourself because someone overlooked you. Because when the right people can see like it was never competition, respect is different. Hold on a second. I vision is different. Finally, people that can relate to you. Never trade on me. I gotta go. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater. Stop the violence in the community. Never trade though for me. Always be yourself. I say this respectfully. Even when you make errors in life, and when you're really trying to get your life together, actions speak louder than words. You don't just talk about it. I pray for my neighbor, not against him. It's train of thought for me. If you're not for me, I know how to keep it pushing like the normal person do. I don't got to dibble and dabble with smoke or magic or that weird shit or the hate group. It's the train of thought for me. You know, everybody don't operate the same like that. Somebody not for you, they keep it pushing. It's a train of thought for me. We all ain't the same when it comes to our intuition. Loving yourself is not a crime. Peace and respect, some respect, some name, but sometimes you better run on them. You like God, on them. You like stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and I would never hurt myself regardless of trying to threaten my life, and I say it respectfully. Always be yourself. It's currently 10:54 p.m. I go on YouTube live every night at 10:15, Monday through Sunday. I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on YouTube. I go live every night on YouTube at 10:15 p.m. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and it's not a crime to be authentic. I gotta go stop the violence. Here's a trade though for me. Still healing from a hate crime. I would never hurt myself.